Searching for the Stars by Cassie Farmer. Star Buddy. Hi friends, I'm Star Buddy, and I'll be taking you on an investigation today. My investigable question is, what causes more or less visible stars at night in the same location? Well, to begin, I had many initial thoughts or causes as to why I have such a hard time seeing stars at night. First, I feel like temperature might have something to do with us not seeing the stars. It might also depend on how far or close the stars are to the Earth. Second, do stars move through the night? Next, I was thinking that due to the temperature possibly being a reason, the amount of cloud coverage could also affect the visibility. And lastly, pollution, and that stuff is just no good. So here is my plan of action for the investigation. I will begin by recording the high and low temperatures for at least 3 days in a row to see if I can find a pattern. Then, I will record the shape of the moon because maybe it will have something to do with the way the sun reflects them. Then, I will record some attributes of the day in a short sentence or two in case I need a reminder of what it felt like that day. Based off of the observations, I hope to make connections. I will then create a graph of the data collected for you to see. Lastly, I want to conduct some online background research to see if I'm correct and if there are any other possible causes. Here is my recorded data. Starting from left to right, you can see that I recorded the data, the high temperature, low temperature, moon shape, and some notes. Take a good look. This is a continuation of my data. It might help us build reasoning for our conclusion. And here is the graph I was talking about. The x-axis is filled with the dates that I observed, and the y-axis represents degrees in Fahrenheit. There is a small key at the bottom to help us distinguish between the high temp and the low temp lines. And the key to the right, talking about dot colors and visibility, will help you understand the variability with the weather. The dots are placed on the days that I observed. So here's the research that I conducted post-investigation. What did I find? Turns out that many urban areas cannot see as many stars due to light pollution. This artificial light has created a permanent sky glow. However, if we turned all the lights off, we'd see more stars. Also, stars don't really move. They stay in the same pattern or distance from one another. This permanence in location allows us to create constellations. It turns out that the Earth's rotation is the actual reason for seeing different stars. And stars are even present during the daytime hours. We just can't see them because of the overpowering brightness of the sun. So after learning these facts, a few questions arose. At what time can we begin to see the stars if they are always in the sky? And also, how is it possible for the Earth to spin so fast without us feeling it? So here it is, my new answer for the investigation. Because the Earth rotates on an axis and the Earth revolves around the sun, we do not see the same stars every night. Another cause for less visible stars is the pollution that we put into the air every day. And some fun, interesting facts that I learned was that cloudiness can affect the visibility of stars, but it is not the main cause, which is what I thought. I also learned that the stars are present at all times of the day. We just can't see them due to the power of the sun. Who knew? Lastly, I learned that 1/3 of humanity cannot see the Milky Way anymore. In fact, it includes 80% of Americans. And finally, how does science work within the HIP project? Well, a simple question can spark curiosity. You don't have to wear a lab coat to be a scientist. Initial thoughts will not always reflect your results. Just because you didn't come to the conclusion you were expecting doesn't mean you're not smart. New conclusions can even lead to new curiosities. We affect the environment whether we know it or not, and we can make a change simply by changing. Thanks for joining me on this investigation.